Hi, everybody. My glasses were dirty. I couldn't see anything. Bear with me really quick while I put them on. And then we have stuff to talk about. I was hoping Chris would get on here because LA is at it again. Who would have thought? Nope, still not going to be able to see out of my glasses. All right. This is who we got for now. So here we go. And I don't know why, but Blue is acting like a baby today. Just a big old baby. She's acting like a baby wildebeest. So forgive me if she's obnoxious. I apologize in advance. And now we got Chris. Hang on, let me get him in here. The baby wildebeest is being annoying today. Just letting everybody get logged on. We got a couple of things we need to talk about. The wind blew in LA and it's happening again. So currently, LA County is trying to consider adapting a no eviction moratorium due to the ICE raids. They will be looking at that, I believe, on the 7th of October. So make sure you contact your congressman and we get rid of that. We saw how helpful that was for us during the COVID pandemic. So let's not let history repeat itself, okay? We don't need that. AGLA has a red alert about it. You can log on and read more about what's going on there, but they are trying to pass a no eviction moratorium in LA County due to the ICE raids. And I said it right. I didn't say ISIS, but here, wildebeest, go that way. Go over there. Sorry, I'm chasing the dog away from us. She's very eager to come sit in my lap for some reason, and I don't have time. So just wanting to touch base. We have something else that just came about. I'm glad Chris got on because I know he's going to talk to us about it. He's not real happy about it, but it looks like LA is putting together more disclosures for us to release to the tenant. Chris, I'm trying to remember what was the new thing. I know we currently have the tenant's rights, the right to counsel. What's the new one they're trying to make us do? Now I put you on the spot and I don't even know if you're right there paying attention. Hang on, I can go look. I didn't mean to put Chris on the spot. Hang on, you guys, bear with me. Bear with me, bear with me. Now they are trying to make it, the anti-harassment ordinance may be required to be posted on the property, the anti-harassment ordinance, along with right to counsel, LA City's rights, rules, and regulations. What they're trying to do is make it literally impossible for us to serve a 3-day notice and be successful at it. If we have to keep adding in all this garb, disclosures, it's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so we can never be successful at doing an eviction for non-payment of rent because we didn't serve the right disclosures. We didn't have them posted on the property. We didn't serve them with the notice. It's just more things they can throw in our general direction to cause us hiccups on our end. Hello, Val. Hello. Here's the big one for me. I was just told by a tenant that her neighbor and another one of our tenants died. I've not been notified by the family, although the neighbor says people are there cleaning. Again, I'm not sure if I should contact them. The neighbor tenant asked not to be identified, so how would we know? Considering sending my contractor out there, weird that the family would not contact me. Honey, they may not know how to contact you. So send the contractor out there to do a drive-by and be like, hi, I just happened to be driving through the neighborhood and wondering what's going on here. What we call it in the industry is knocking and talking. Hi, saw a bunch of cars, thought I'd stop in and see if everything was okay. Haven't heard from you guys in a while. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, Holly, more gotchas. Gotcha. Or don't gotcha. That's the problem. Yeah, Val, I'd go knocking and talking. You're coming out to serve a notice to enter for your annual inspection. Let's talk about that, Val. I love you. You guys pay attention to what Val just said. Since I'm not selling this unit, surely I do not need to notify the tenant that someone died in there. Yes, you do. It's real estate law. You have to disclose if there's a death on a property for 3 years after the death. You do not have to disclose cause of death. But let's face it, they'll talk to the neighbors and find out anyway. And are you certain that he died in the property and not in the hospital? Or in a car accident or something along those lines? Remember, if your tenant was killed in a car accident, you don't have to disclose that in your rental property, although they may still be in a lease term, they didn't die on the premises. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Because you're not positive, keep your mouth shut. Until you're told otherwise, you did not know, no one notified you. You can't disclose something you're unaware of. And I'm going to make it real simple for you. Either the coroner came or the ambulance came and took him away. If the ambulance came and took him away, he didn't die on the property. Hope that makes sense to you. I get that he may have had a heart attack at the property, but if the ambulance came and took him away, he didn't die on your property. You're welcome. I get it. I get that you're pretty sure he had a heart attack on site, but was he there for days before somebody found him? Or did 911 come? Did they come take him out? You get what I'm saying? If 911 came, okay, wildebeest, there's enough of your begging. Go away. Sorry. So I get that he may have had a heart attack on site, but just because he had a heart attack there doesn't mean he died on the property. It has to be diagnosed by a medical professional, doctor, coroner, etc. My tenant texted me this, does not want to be involved, and she is the only way I heard of this. I get you. Send your contractor over there to do preventative maintenance inspections on the outside and happen to notice all the people there. The big thing you want to be aware of is making sure that they're not re-renting it to someone else for more money. So I'd send the contractor over there to do some knocking and talking. Hi, who are you guys and what are you doing here? Because are they cleaning it out and fixing it up so they can move in? I mean,
Patty, the local police department wouldn't be able to tell this what is going.
well, look at it this way. If they're truly, genuinely there clearing the stuff out and cleaning it up, don't we want to allow that to happen? Yes. If they're cleaning it up so they can move in there, then we want to call the police. They're squatters. Actually, no, they're not. Hold on. Don't use the word squatter. Hold on. They're trespassing and you want them ejected. And don't collect any rent from them or they become your tenant. I leave a note on the gate. If you're trying to obtain entry, please contact. You know, if your contractor goes there and finds the door open because they didn't secure the premises, then you could secure the premises. I know it's the lunch hour and I'm eating lunch. Sorry, you guys. I try not to do that, but I'm hungry. How do you see all of this? You guys know that I'm eating? It's my last little bite of guacamole. I had a Chipotle taco. It wasn't very good. That's why the dog's so excited, because she got to eat half of the taco. It wasn't yummy. For my artificial turf addendum, can that go into effect immediately, or does it have to be a 30-day change of terms? Has to be a 30-day change of terms if you're changing the terms of the written rental contract, unless both parties agree. Example, let's say that the tenant says, I'm moving in a new roommate and I want a new lease. Your guys are gonna agree, right? So that's the only time you can do that. Otherwise, it takes a 30-day change of terms. Does she also need to put up a no trespassing sign? Honestly, you guys want to know the biggest way to combat trespassing on your property isn't with a sign. Everybody should know what to do. You go down to your local law enforcement office, okay, and put a 602 letter on file. Val's going, yeah, that's what we do. A 602 letter is permission from the landlord to make an arrest on private property for trespassing. You can put up a sign until you're blue in the face. If you don't have a 602 letter on file with law enforcement, they're not going to make an arrest. 602 letter. You want it on file with law enforcement. They expire every year. So it's something that you need to keep up on. You basically just go into the police department and tell them you want to sign a new 602 letter for your property. And they're glad to help you because it helps them. Okay? They're glad to help you. It's not something they're like, we don't want to help you do this. No, they're happy to help you. It helps them. A 602 letter is a good business practice? Absolutely. Look at it this way. With a 602 letter, you can call law enforcement and say, I believe there's a trespasser on the property. And if there's a trespasser on the property with the 602 letter, then law enforcement is able to make an arrest for the trespass. If you just have a no trespassing sign, that doesn't do all of it, okay? So you can put up a no trespassing sign, but having that 602 letter on file with local law enforcement is the best business practice. I used to have this on every single one of my rentals, all my multifamily dwellings. It gives law enforcement permission to enter the premises because it's private property, okay? And make arrest for trespassing. 602 letter, folks. I have LA County. Wait. I have LA County. They changed to a 6-month renewal for a 602 letter. Thank you, Linda. Didn't know that. This is the first time I'm hearing that one of the counties has changed their expiration of a 602 letter. I almost said a 502, and I don't even know what that is. It's probably drunk driving or something. You know what I mean? Sorry, you guys. I could just picture, I need to sign a blah, blah, blah letter. And they're like, drunk driving. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, sorry. Yes, 602 letter. And it's good to know that LA County put a 6-month renewal on a 602. Very important to know. So if I was in LA County managing investment property, I would most definitely do that when I changed the clocks. Okay? Pay attention. If you got to do something twice a year, we always forget when to do it, right? If you set that up to happen when you do the time change, just like your interior inspections twice annually, you're going to add the 602 letter to it twice annually. If you can schedule things to happen where it works better for your brain to remember, it's a godsend. Like, as an example, I always raise my rent either in November or in February. And people ask me, why do you do that, Patti? Well, I either raise the tenant's rent on my birthday or on Valentine's because I'm single and that's the way I get a gift, right? I got a rent increase. So it's just the way my blonde brain remembers to do things. I got a package coming because I just saw the postman show up. This guy is not a huge deal for me, but the guy who died has double deposit. Family has not notified me yet. Is he off the hook until I re-rent? Kind of a sick question. No, it's not a sick question at all. Let me explain to you very quickly so you have a full understanding. And my doorbell's about to ring and the dog's going to go crazy because I could see the mailman coming up to the door. So everybody be prepared for what Blue's about to do. Blue, you stay right here and be a good girl, okay? Don't you go crazy on me. And she didn't hear him. Yay! Okay. He is absolutely on the hook, but it's not him that's on the hook. It's the estate of. So you're absolutely correct. They're racking up past due rent, but now it's the estate of. So when you do a deposit check, if you do a deposit check and they give you an address to send the money to, write the check out to the estate of and your dead tenant's name. Okay? If they're doing probate properly or doing everything that they're supposed to do properly, they should have no problem cashing that check. If they're doing it illegally and not by the book and the rules of the state of California, then that's on them, not on you. By putting it in the estate of and the dead tenant's name, you're protecting yourself legally and doing what you're required to do by law. And it's not a sick question. He's responsible. He's on a month-to-month tenancy currently, so they have to give you a 30-day written notice just like the tenant would. And if they don't and just turn in the keys and say, hey, he died, here's where you send the deposit, you can charge them 30 days worth of rent out of their security deposit if they failed to give you a notice to vacate. I hope that helped. And if you need something else, yell at me. If we have that letter, can that trespassing be applied to squatters? Ah, you're paying attention. You're paying attention. Okay, it's an easier way to get squatters out. I hate calling them squatters, and I'll tell you why. Squatters have rights. Okay? Squatters put utility bills in their name. Okay? So I don't want to call them squatters, but yes, it's hold on. I'm trying to figure out how I say this to you, and I'm not giving you legal advice. So give me a second. Chris, you be quiet. I can hear you in my brain right now. In the event I showed up on a property and found that there were unauthorized occupants in there because the unit was listed for rent and nobody's supposed to be living there. And I go to show the property and there's people there, cars in the driveway, furniture in the living room. I'm most likely gonna have a 602 letter on file. And if I don't, I'm marching my happy little butt down to the cop shop to sign a 602 letter and put it on file. And then I'm contacting law enforcement to tell them that there's people trespassing on the property and I want them ejected. In the event, and key word in that sentence, folks, was ejected, not evicted. Evicted is a civil matter, and law enforcement doesn't enforce that. Okay? They will not help you if you use the word evicted. Use the word ejected. You may find yourself getting a much better response if you use the word trespassing and ejected. Okay? It works well. Usually the people in possession will pull up a BS lease that they conjured up on the internet, has no bearing, isn't signed by the right people. Then they'll try to convince law enforcement that they paid the money. Ask law enforcement to ask them for proof. Pull up your bank account and show me where you paid them that money. And at the end of the day, remember this. You're right, officer. This is a civil matter, but it's between them and whoever gave them that bullshit contract and stole their money. I'm the victim here, and I'd like my property back. Oh, so it's just another way for you to throw it back at them if they're not helping you. Okay? And I'll tell you this right now, in LA County, you are on a fart and a prayer hoping that law enforcement will eject them. Other counties, absolutely all day long. Ooh, Sydney, that's a great idea. Property tax time. He paid September's rent. Well, go knocking and talking, Val. And this is what I always say. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your family member. You need to find out who next to kin is through the coroner's office, not them telling you. Okay, and that's who you need to deal with and nobody else. But I would tell him, I'm so sorry you lost your loved one. I'd be more than happy to refund any prepaid rent if you get out sooner. Oh, if they think there's more money in it for them, they may hustle. Hold on, Val, you're saying something that's getting me going. Doubt coroner would release any info to me. Coroner has to release info to you. Check this out. You're holding the freaking tenant's personal belongings. You have a right to know who his next of kin is so you can notify them to dispose and disperse of the personal belongings left behind in the property. You absolutely have a right as the landlord to know who the next of kin is. Absolutely. And they will tell you. That was a good question, though. I like that one. That was a good challenge for Widget this morning, let me tell you. I want to go get my package off the porch. Hey. If we see some porch pirates coming, we're going. Val. The reality is we're all going to die one day, okay? For the most part, we can't control who, when, where, what, and why. If we could, hey, we'd all be happier. It's a very natural thing, but it does give some people the heebie-jeebies. Okay, some people go, "Oh, I can't live there if somebody died in that unit. It's against my religion. I can't deal with ghosts or spirits and blah 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 blah." It don't matter. We're all gonna die one day. We can't control when, where. Well, some of us can, but I don't suggest going that route. Okay, it's not fair to the people that love and care about you. Don't forget about them. I'm just saying, we're all going to die one day. Try not to panic. Okay. I've had a lot of very interesting encounters with deaths in a property. I see a property management company joining us today, and we actually got a definition from them, and it was the word goopy. Okay. I got a phone call and it was, "Hey, Patty, I got a problem. Some tenants left a property and they were goopy. What do I do?" Define the word goopy. Well, they died in the property, Patty. Oh, that defined goopy for me. Okay. Property management word of the day, goopy. Sometimes you have to call hazmat. Sometimes you have to call a restoration company. I don't suggest tackling that on your own. Sometimes it is a murder, death, suicide. Law enforcement's there. I mean, I just can't. Sometimes it's foul play. Sometimes it's a drug overdose. Sometimes it's natural causes, which would be a heart attack, right? Just so everybody's aware, in case no one has taught you this, let me tell you something right now. Okay? Everybody paying attention? Does anybody know the first symptom of heart trouble? Does anybody know? The first symptom of heart trouble is sudden death. In other words, a lot of times we don't know that we have a heart condition. We don't know that we have high blood pressure. We don't diagnose these things and I've been really tired lately. We don't do that, you guys. We just keep go, right? The number one sign of heart trouble is sudden death. With that being said, if somebody has a heart attack, don't panic. They're probably like the rest of us that were like, oh, I had no idea that's what was going on. A lot of us that have a heart attack and survive the heart attack are then taught, oh, you had pain in your chest, you had shortness of breath, you had whatever it was.
Yeah, probably getting worse now.
Oh, hang on, I gotta find out who.
This one today. Oh, should I get more than one?
I did it. Sorry, somebody was unmuted. It happens. It's okay. What was I talking about? Sudden death. So it's important for us to be aware that sometimes the symptoms for heart problems are sudden death. With that being said, we don't have a chance to fix it. We don't have a chance to make it right. We don't have a chance to take the medication because we didn't know we had a problem. So be a little bit more understanding when somebody has some kind of a heart condition, because you know what? They beat it. Their first sign and symptom, they beat it. And that's impressive. So try to do what you can for things of that nature. Arm ache, shortness of breath. There's all kinds of things that they say happen. It affects women differently than men. But yeah, it could be a pain in your arm. It could be a pain in your arse. I'm just kidding. I had to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I know it was bad. It was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. So today, what have we learned? We have learned that there is more stuff coming from us from LA. We are most likely going to have more verbiage accompanying a 3-day notice regarding tenant harassment now. Okay. Also, there is one spot left on the golf tournament for AGLA for next month. I believe it's October 16th or 13th. I'm not sure on the date, but there's one spot left on my team if you guys want to join us for golf. Hang on, we got more questions. Allegedly, my dead tenant was a huge smoker. Although my rental agreement says no smoking, probably smoke damage in his 1-bedroom house. Probably, most likely. And then you're going to take that out of the security deposit along with any unpaid rents. And you don't have to give them back prepaid rents. It's just, sometimes I use that as a manipulation tool to encourage them to get out faster. That's all. Did I admit to that out loud? We would refund you any prepaid rents if you want to surrender the keys and give us possession. But I'm going to charge you for. I refunded prepaid rents and then charged you for the smoke damage. Oh, see how that worked? So different things that you can do to manipulate the system in the event that you need to.
Hi, Patti.
Yeah.
Good. Am I down already for the thingy for the golf thing with you or no? Because if not, I need that spot.
You want to go sign up and play golf with me? Come on, baby. I'll send you a link.
Send me the link.
Okay.
Patti, I have a few questions. Number one is, do you know, or anybody on this Zoom, hi everybody, does anybody have a recommendation for me? I have a tenant on a property in Whittier. They moved in about 2 months ago. They smelled gas. We called the gas company. They came, they said there's a leak. I don't know if I talked to you about this, people already.
Is this that weird stove that requires special cookware?
No, that's another property. Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So there was a leak. The gas company came. They said there's a leak. They turned off the gas. We've got, our plumbers in. They had to make, 5,000 holes all over the property to find all the gas leaks. They found the gas leaks. There was actually a few, and I don't know how that happened. Never had that issue before, but there was this issue. So we did all of the gas leak repairs, and we didn't seal up any of the holes until the gas company came back same day. They checked, they said, okay, no more gas. And this was already like 6 p.m. So they're like, okay, you can go ahead and close everything up. We're good. Okay, so then the gas company left. 30 minutes after, the lady calls me and she's like, there's carbon monoxide in my unit now. I guess the monoxide thing came up, and
Detector went off.
yeah, and we were like, okay, the reason that that's happening is because one of the holes that we made in your unit is connected to the garage downstairs. You know, there's cars, etc. So we, put them up in a hotel, went the next day, sealed everything up, put carbon monoxide detector, a brand new one in her house, put another one in the laundry room because that's where a lot of the gas company said there's a lot of water heaters in here, and it could be a reason why there's an issue. It was a recommendation, not something that we had to do. And we put a carbon monoxide detector in the laundry room, and we put another one in the garage that was downstairs to the ladies' unit. We also went into the laundry room and made a larger vent because we thought maybe it just needed more ventilation, and also installed an exhaust. So when people come in, turn on the light, the exhaust will start going. So we did that. We did that. But now the lady's calling and saying she smells exhaust in her unit. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. So there's no gas leak, there's no carbon monoxide, but now she's saying she smells exhaust. And so the owner's like, I want you to hire a company to go in and, a third party to check that everything is okay so that we're, dotting our I's and crossing our T's. But the two companies that I've found and called, all they do is certify that there's no water or gas leaks, but nobody does like exhaust or anything like that, unless anyone here knows of a company that does something like that. Yeah? Okay. Whom?
But you don't want to call them.
Well, no?
No,
Why?
because it's directly associated with the EPA,
What is the EPA?
the Environmental Protection Agency.
Oh, okay.
It would be like calling the FBI on you after you robbed a bank.
Oh, okay, no.
Okay. In other words, they're coming with a great big magnifying glass.
Okay.
So here's my opinion, not my advice.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back to our very famous words. I'm so sorry to hear that you're unhappy living here. Did you want to give me a notice today? Because we can't possibly rectify what you're asking us to. I'm sorry that you find that smell offensive. No one else is having this problem. If you don't want to live here anymore, I completely understand. But I would go that route. The other thing you could do is call a restoration company like PRC. And I know that that's not in their wheelhouse, but call and talk to Freddie and see if he can't send somebody over there and talk that woman off the fence.
Okay. Do you think that just in case I should call that other company for them just to go and give us a clearance for gas and water? Not the one that you're saying,
Yes.
but the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do that. That way you're clear. And that way, if she barks, you've done something.
Yeah.
Okay?
Now, is Freddie, can he also do water and gas as well? At the restoration company?
I'd ask him, but the best thing you can get for gas is the gas company. The reason I
Oh,
say
yeah.
that is they're free.
Yeah, but they've already gone and it's not enough for her. So like, I want to get a third party to actually, go in there.
Hold on. Slow down. The expert in the industry isn't enough for her.
Well, they said everything is fine.
Hold
But
on.
she's not saying gas
I-
anymore.
I know she's not saying gas anymore, but if
Mhm.
you have clearance from the gas company, you're done chasing that. The gas company is the top of the totem pole.
Would the gas company also say, like, if there's an exhaust smell, would they also like say this is, how do you handle an exhaust? How do you handle the scent of exhaust?
I would contact Freddie over at PRC and see what he could tell
Okay,
you.
let me get down his information, or will you put it in the chat?
Well, I can put it in the chat for you guys. You guys, we used to call Yomara. Everybody remember we would call Yomara at PRC? She doesn't work there anymore.
It sounds like you're gonna say you would call your mama.
I know. That's how I remember her name, Yomara.
Patty, excuse me. Patty, it could be something called NOx or nitrate oxide that smells like exhaust. Nowadays, these water heaters are mandated to have a low NOx emission. In other words, if it's not blue flame, 100%, then you get NOx emission, which is nitrous oxide. So check on that.
Okay. Well, make my car go faster. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding, David. I gotta
Okay,
throw
thank
those
you.
funny things in there.
Thank you, David. I'll check that out. But so call your mama or she's gone. So we're gonna call somebody else.
We're gonna call Freddie at PRC Restoration, and hang on. You can use Yomara's old number because he's watching her phone. But let me
Okay.
just pull up Freddie's phone so everybody has Freddie's number. Hang on.
Okay.
Freddie. And I'm actually gonna see him tomorrow. They're coming to the AGLA office tomorrow. And just so everybody knows, I'm at AGLA tomorrow. Freddie's phone number is 562
Hold,
6.
hold on a second. Let me write this down. Sorry. I thought you were gonna put it in the chat. Okay,
Yeah,
Freddie.
I'm not that good.
Okay, 562. Go ahead.
666 1590.
Got it.
And that's right to Freddie's cell phone, just so everybody knows.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, then I have another question. If somebody it's a single family residence, and I'm not the management company, I'm just helping this woman. If she owned the property, her and her husband owned it as individuals, and then the husband quit claimed off and she quit claimed into or deeded into the trust. The trust is named after her. So say her name is, like Patti Widget. So Patti Widget and the husband owned it. The husband signed off, and now it's Patti Widget, trustee of the Patti Widget estate. Do you still need to give the notice to the tenant that there's new ownership and new management? Even though, I mean, there's no manager, it's a single family residence in
Hold on a
LA,
minute.
city of
Hold
LA.
on, hold on a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did management change where they pay their rent to?
No.
So this is as simple as a letter of the name of the ownership of the property is changed to, but everything remains the same. We
Okay.
still have your security deposit in this amount. Yes, it is part of California's civil code that you notify of an ownership change.
Okay.
And because it's city of, if you were telling me this was happening in Riverside, I would say don't do anything about it.
Yeah, but
But
city of LA.
because it's in city of LA,
And they're in
gonna,
litigation. They're in litigation already.
we're gonna cross our T and dot our I. And that's why they're putting it in a family trust, why it's in litigation, so they can't go after the owner personally.
Okay. So is there a specific for like a change of ownership form on AGLA or CAR?
AGLA has it, but listen to me real careful, okay?
Mm-hmm,
A change of ownership form has to have 5 things in it, okay? Who they pay their rent to,
Yeah.
who they contact in case of emergency, where their security deposit went, who the current owner is. Did I give a phone number? So name, address, phone number of the current owner, where their security deposit is. That's what's required.
Okay.
So it's, hi, just wanted to let you know that on the 1st of this month, ownership changed on your property. We're still the management company in question. We still have your security deposit of this amount. You still pay your rent to this person. You still call this person for an emergency. However, you should know that building ownership has changed from this entity to this entity. Have a
Got
nice
it.
day.
Okay.
So it's
Got
not a
it.
30-day change of terms. It's a letter saying,
Yeah.
it's now, I'm not gonna change this. This has already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. And then I had a third. Oh, for that one, do you serve it to them or can you send it certified mail or does that matter? City of LA.
I'd send it to them and I'd mail it to them and then I'd do a proof of service.
Okay. So proof of service and mail.
Look at it like you're serving a notice. The same concept. And make
Okay.
sure you keep a copy for your own records. That's what's gonna save your asset.
Yeah. Okay. And I know I had one more question. It was
That
that.
one's $1.
I got you. I'll get you a beer at the golf thing.
Oh, you got it.
And I have another question now, but I forgot. So maybe I'll hold until let somebody else speak and then I'll come back.
That's totally fine. And can I tell on you real quick?
Yeah.
For anybody that needs property management assistance, and I'm like, you guys need a full-time property manager to help assist you, you can call Lorena over at Del Sol Property Management. She covers all of LA County, and she's one of my go-tos when you guys are asking me for a property manager. She does an amazing job, and I'll tell you this, she knows her shit and doesn't put up with crap from nobody. So
Thank you, Patty.
hey, yeah, as nicely as I could say this, she knows how to go bitch on someone, okay? I have seen it happen. It's perfect. So if you guys are looking for an aggressive property manager that also knows the rules, this is your girl.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Does anybody else have anything? Oh, what if we found out that he died today, but he actually died on the 15th? Family still has not notified us, so we don't know when he's dead. I would go by the date I was notified, or am I overthinking this? You have to go by the date you were notified. And technically you're correct. You don't know that he's dead. And I understand that. But again, you can call the coroner's office and answer all these questions yourself. You have the capability because technically nobody has surrendered possession to you. So you are in possession of his real or his personal property. I always tell you guys when there's a death in a unit, one of the easiest ways to combat that is let them come to you. Find out who they are. You want to make sure they are next of kin. You don't give keys to anyone, okay? Because we don't look good in orange. We're not aiding and abetting in a crime. Sometimes when there's a death at a property, we all act human. I mean, sometimes we didn't get a chance to say goodbye. We're struggling to try to get a memento or something to remember this person by, and emotions are high. So in the event you are dealing with a death in a property, please do not give a key to anyone without talking to your legal counsel first or calling me because I know the process. But I would call the coroner's office and I would send a workman over there to talk to people that are in the house. What are their intentions? What are they doing? Are they trying to get the deposit back? Because you'd be more than happy to even refund them prorated rent. The idea is to get them to give you that key as quickly as possible. Hi, Patty. It's me, Carla. Should we give tenants routine yearly maintenance on the AC system aside from providing filters? It's up to you. Remember, and I know we're going to be playing golf together. I'm really excited about it. I don't know what happened, but I just lost my Zoom meeting. I know you guys are there. I just don't know where. Somewhere on my phone. What did I push? Oh my goodness gracious. Where'd you go? There you are. I see that you have 2 questions, Sydney's. Just hang in there. You can give them maintenance on the AC system. It's up to building ownership if they want to do that. And I know that both Carla and Melanie, I'm playing golf with both of you guys. I'm excited. Okay, what if the tenant's a gimme? Okay, remember that is not a protected class in the state of California at this time. We can use the term gimme for whatever we need, okay? Why did my phone do that? Somebody just tried to call me and now I don't know what it did. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Give me back my Zoom meeting. Thank you. Okay. If the tenant's a gimme tenant and they have maintenance is still maintenance. If maintenance needs to be done in the property, then we need to do a maintenance inspection. I try to do them twice annually. Preventative maintenance is what we call them, preventative maintenance. And if the tenant's a gimme, we just got to be careful, Melanie. Are you really going to the Bel Air Country Club? If so, I can send you a pink hat from there. Never worn it. Yes, I'm going to I think it's Del Air, the Del Air Country Club. It's in Burbank. Maybe it is Bel Air Country Club. I don't know. That's where we're playing golf. Oh, it's different? Okay. Del Bell. There it is, DeBell. That's where we're going. Melanie knows where we're going. So
it's
does
very, very different.
I play golf, you guys.
It's
So I
like
don't know.
French Prince of Bel Air to like, I don't know what in Glendale.
Goodness, I love you guys. You guys keep me on my toes. I love it. I don't play golf, but my brother's coming with me, so I gotta play golf. So my brother is coming to the AGLA tournament. And you guys want to know something funny? My brother doesn't know what I do for a living. No, right? He's like, okay, but he doesn't know. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it. So it'll be interesting to have people come up and ask me questions and my brother go like, what are you, who are you? I'm excited for my brother to figure out who I am. Let me take Sydney's 2 questions and then I'm going to keep going down the list because I see Julia's got something in there.
Okay, I have a couple questions here. Patty, a couple weeks ago, I took some notes and now I can't find them, so forgive me. But we were talking, you had given me some suggested language about informing my current tenant about after reviewing your file. It's been brought to my attention that I should share these documents with you, the tenant's rights and the tenant's rights.
Oh,
So
I got you.
okay, I just need that verbiage. I'm ready.
I got you. Okay. So let me rewind a bit further so that
Okay.
everybody understands what we're talking about. Because I'm in your brain now and I understand you, but let's make sure everybody else understands us. Okay.
Right, and this is for DCBA for the county.
Okay.
Okay.
So this can happen when you take over a property, you buy a property, all of a sudden you're the owner, you're the property manager, what have you, whatever. Maybe your parents were managing it, now you're managing it. And it's a really easy way for us to look at all the documents and go, half of the disclosures aren't here. What am I going to do? You can reach out to the tenant and tell them, after review of your rental agreement in its entirety, I see that there's several disclosures that are missing that you need to be made aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and send you all of these disclosures so that we are transparent and you know what your rights are and we have you covered and protected. So with that said, that's usually how I approach that, like I'm being their friend, and then get ready for this barrage of paperwork coming at them. Because, I mean, we're talking lead-based paint, bed bugs, mold. Want me to keep going? Lead-based paint, mold, bed bugs, those are all mandated disclosures required by law. So it's okay if you don't have them in your file but need to add them into your file. It works perfect. But that's how I approach that is after review of your file, of your contract, of whatever it is you want to use.
Okay.
It's been brought to my attention that there are several disclosures that are missing. So I'll be serving you with those additional disclosures so that you know what your rights are.
Okay, that's
Okay.
great.
Lead-based paint, asbestos. I mean, I could go down a long laundry list. Bed bugs, mold, anything that's required by law.
Okay. Is there a place can I look on DCBA site to see what's all required by law for a county?
No.
Okay.
DCBA was put there to help tenants, not you.
Okay. All right. I mean,
AGLA can help.
They have the tenant's rights and
I got you,
rights.
but AGLA can help you determine what you
What?
need to
Okay.
disclose.
Okay.
Lead-based paint, asbestos, bed bugs, and I'm not even touching all of them. It's just mold. I'm trying to think of what other addendums are mandated.
Okay.
And if somebody else is going to pipe in and go, Patty, you forgot about this one. You forgot to go right ahead, pipe in. I have lead-based paint, asbestos, mold, bed bugs. Lead-based paint, asbestos, bed bugs. Those are the 4 I can think of right off the top of my head that are mandated, meaning required by law.
Okay. And when the tenant moved in 13 years ago, I gave them the disclosure about lead-based paint. Do I need to do that? Just update and do it again? Okay. Just give them everything. Okay.
Do you know why I tell you guys to do it again?
No.
Because if one little provision is changed in what you did 13 years ago, you're now totally, completely current.
Okay.
So if you're going to go through the trouble of updating and giving them all their disclosures. Do it all, but do it from the apartment association so it's the most current. Don't pull it from your file.
Okay, perfect.
Your file's old. We all know it because
I
mine's
know.
older than yours. Okay.
Say after reviewing your file. Okay, and then my next question is, the unit's vacant. Arlene, thanks so much for recommending All About Cleaning. They came today. They did an amazing job.
Wait. You said that too fast.
Oh.
I heard thank you, Arlene.
Thank you, Arlene, for recommending All About Cleaning. They came.
All About Cleaning.
They
Okay.
came today to clean the apartment, and a team of 3 or 4 were up there 2 hours. They did an amazing job. It looks really, really good. So
Yeah, if Arlene is
Girl.
going to the trouble to recommend somebody, you guys pay attention because she doesn't recommend garbage. Trust me.
yeah, no, Hector was great. I talked to him. They just were wonderful. So
Oh,
put
good.
that rep contact in your files if you need cleaning.
All About Cleaning.
All
Talk to
about
Hector.
cleaning. Talk to Hector. And then my next question.
Thank you, Arlene. Arlene
Yes.
has the flu right now, so I don't even know
Oh.
if she's on here. But
I
we'll
think
all
she
send
is.
her happy
Yeah.
wishes and stay away.
Oh, yeah. And then my next question is, I had to register my units with again, annual registration, and they sent me, or I looked on the site, for my current tenant, I'm going to be raising the rents every year now because that's just the smart thing to do. I didn't do it for a long time. They say the rent increase from the second part of this year for small landlords is 2.93%, but if you declare yourself as a small landlord, you can add another 1% to that. So it's basically 3.93. Do I round that up to 4%, or do I
You never round up.
never round up? Okay.
Never round up.
Okay,
Never, ever, 7 times never round up in this industry.
Okay, so 2.93 plus 1%, I can charge 3.93.
Are you talking about DCBA?
Yes.
You're correct.
And you have to provide the disclosure that you are a small landlord and are eligible to charge the 1% extra. I did do that certification, so I'll add that. And then with registering the units, you can charge $3.75. Should I add that on? That's for the rental registry. You can charge back 50% of it, so $45 over 12 months.
Over 12 months, it's like
Right.
less than $4 a month.
$3.75. So should I add that on as well?
Yes, and that gets added as a monthly rent charge according to the municipality.
Okay, so monthly rent. I looked at the form on Agla, so it outlines how I lay everything out. So I'll do
Perfect.
that.
Perfect.
And then the last regarding this, my tenant, she signed a 1-year lease when I raised rents a year ago. She signed a new lease. Do I offer another lease for a year, or do I just let it go month to month?
What city is it in?
LA County.
Unincorporated?
Yep.
They don't require you to have a 1-year contract, so that's a decision, a business decision, up to you.
Okay. Are any recommendations though? Is there a pro or con to? She's been here 13 years. I don't think she's going anywhere.
I completely understand, but I always get asked, is there a benefit versus a month to month versus a 1 year?
Okay.
Well, yeah, there's a benefit. You want to know what it is? With a month to month, you can change the rules whenever you want to.
Okay.
On a 1-year term, you cannot.
Okay. Okay.
You have more control with a month to month.
Okay. Got it.
You have less teeth with a 1-year contract because if you decide you want to add a provision, you got to wait.
Okay.
Right? If you decide you want to raise the rent, you got to wait. If you decide you want to add something, you got to wait.
So I'll just let it roll to month. It'll just go month to month. Okay. That's
absolutely.
But I
and then
will
later down the road, if you need to sign a new 1-year contract, it's that easy.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then, do you have any recommendations on where do you post your units? Are you using a real estate agency? Are you using apartments.com, Westside Rentals, or any other?
To do what?
To post the vacant unit for
rental?
Yeah, for a rental.
On a single family or a multifamily dwelling?
It's a multifamily, but it's the upstairs apartment and a triplex.
Have you tried apartments.com? It seems to be how do I say this to you guys? Okay, I'm just going to spill my guts, okay? And if you know what I'm talking about, great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to find out. We all have heard of CoStar in our industry, right? That's the big pet company that keeps track of all commercial properties, residential addresses, CoStar, okay? CoStar bought up apartments.com, bought up forrent.com. They are monopolizing the industry of advertisement in rental housing. Apartments.com. They're also providing a free online payment service for landlords collecting rents. Okay. So they're trying to do a lot of stuff over at apartments.com. They bought up cozy.co. They bought up forrent.com. They bought up CoStar. All of it is together now with apartments.com. If you don't like advertising there, you can always try Hot Pads, Padz, Hot Pads. It's free. Okay. Stay off of Craigslist.
Okay.
My oldest son's name is Craig. He didn't make that list, and it is a cesspool for landlords. Stay off of Craigslist. Okay.
Now, I was going to use apartments.com, but I just wanted to, before I post anything, wanted to just.
Well, the reason that I'm saying you guys need to know all of this is they've become the most expensive advertiser in the industry because they're the only advertiser in the industry. Okay. Yes, there is Zillow. Yes, there is Trulia. You can take that route. Recently got into a little bit of trouble with Zillow, so listen up, folks, okay? You know how we take first come, first serve applications so we can charge an application screening fee? And if we don't take them first come, first serve, we can't charge a screening fee, but we could take best, most qualified. Zillow charges your tenant a screening fee, and they can submit as many applications as they want to in 1 month. I don't know if them paying Zillow means that you have to take them first come, first serve. There's no law on that. So it puts it in the gray area for us and raises more questions. Okay, but it's definitely something to think about.
Got it. And then the deposit is just 1 month's rent now. You can't charge anything extra.
You can if you're a small mom and pop owning less than 4 residential doors.
Okay, I do. I qualify. What can I charge or get for a security deposit?
Double the rent.
Oh, okay, double the rent. Okay.
On a vacant unit.
Yep.
And that's the maximum now.
Double the rent. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, I gotta do a funny. When the dog bites, when the bee stings. I know that song, Val. When the bed bugs bite. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna start utilizing that. I got a new funny. Are you guys ready for this? Well, you could come join me on Widget's Way. W-A-Y. Why? Because we don't look good in orange. All right, Melanie's got a question. LARSO tenant moved into a fully renovated apartment. Unfortunately, there have been several repairs, none of which lasted longer than 1 to 2 days. Before we repaired, we gave a $500 credit. They want more and more. What is a good phrase to shut this down? This issue isn't a habitability issue. The reason we gave you the $500 credit was on good faith. And we will continue to give credits as the law requires. If it's a habitability issue, we will absolutely give you credit as the law requires. But for cosmetic issues, we're not issuing a credit. We did that as a courtesy, one-time courtesy. I knew I'd think of the word in a minute. Let me tell you something. So I moved a tenant into a house here. It was actually the house I'm sitting in Apple Valley. And I didn't know at the time that while it was sitting vacant, the previous tenants broke in and stole the swamp cooler guts off the roof and out of my swamp cooler. So I moved a tenant in and didn't know that there was no air conditioning, no cooling in the house. It was not a habitability issue. It was out for 28 days. And I gave her a rent credit because I felt bad. She just moved in. It was a courtesy. Well, the fall, as soon as I got it all fixed, something happened. It blew a fuse, and she still didn't have AC for another 15 days. So she wanted me to give her another full month's rent credit. I said, no, the first one was a courtesy, not a requirement. So just like you give them $500 to try to smooth things over, and sometimes it backfires, and now they want $500 every time. I've had that happen to me too, Melanie. And we just tell them, no, that was a one time as a courtesy and not a requirement. If it is required, we will follow the law. But at this point, your request is unreasonable. I hope that works. Is it also an option for a landlord to accept Zillow applications? However, we do not trust Zillow applications. Absolutely do not trust Zillow applications. I agree with you. Hang on, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, that was bad. I only sneezed one time. Usually it's 4 or 5 sneezes. One time is bad. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're welcome, Miss Melanie.
Question for you, Patty. That was in regard, I put it in the chat, but I'm basically asking in regard to the turf addendum. I know it has to be 30 days, although I was hoping you would say it doesn't have to, but does that mean that they could screw up the turf or the landscaping within those 30 days and then there's nothing I could do about it?
No, because I'd still be able to pin it on the fact that they caused damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was going to also, I'm planning on taking pictures and adding it to their, I don't know if you can add it to their move-in inspection, but I mean, it is a very
Yes.
costly upgrade. So,
Yes.
you know, I do want to
Yes.
make sure that that's taken care of. And
Yes.
then my second question is, I know if we are planning to take a tenant to small claims, I know it's been said previously that we have to serve them a demand letter. So is that like just like part of like, so if you don't serve them a demand letter, then what happens? Does it
You give them a disposition of security deposit demanding that they pay you that money?
it bounced back. So I guess yes, I do have to give them the demand letter.
Hold on. Did you send them a disposition of security deposit?
Yes, and it went to their house and they never picked it up. So then I have it in my possession.
Technically, you served them with a demand letter. Did you send it certified mail?
I paid for like all the extra, like the
Girl, that was your demand letter.
Oh, okay.
You
I
have to
didn't-
wait 30 days before you file a small claims case.
Yeah, it's been like a year now, and I'm still trying to. I had my attorney try to find their address, and so she said, or I think we're gonna wait until after September. I know it's not a whole lot. It's $1,500, so I know it doesn't probably something I should just let go. But I feel like it's the principle of the matter. So I mean, I could still send, I guess, the demand letter. I just didn't know if the demand letter looks weak. But I'd prefer maybe it will
Your
scare
demand
them.
letter was your itemized disposition of your security deposit showing that money was owed to you.
But they never got it because it went back to where they wouldn't give me that address, a new address, forwarding address. So it went back to their old, my rental.
I understand what you're telling me, but you can prove that you sent them a demand letter.
Okay.
You keep saying, yes, I can prove I sent it. All you're required to do is send it.
So they don't technically have to have seen it or read it or.
You're disclosing too much information. Stop at, I sent a demand letter.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Don't tell them everything, okay?
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I sent a demand letter. Yes, I did. Because that's what they're going to ask you. Did you send a demand letter to the property address? Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Yes, I
Here's
did.
some paperwork proving I did.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
They don't ask, did that come back to you? They just don't ask that.
Well, they won't ask it, but I'm sure the tenants are going to be like, I didn't receive it. I've never seen these documents, Your Honor,
Okay, but you're looking at them
You are
now and
gonna
you
have
owe
to
this much
serve
money.
them.
That's why we're here today.
You are going to have to serve them with the actual complaint for small claims court, though.
Absolutely.
You
You need to
you
serve.
will need to ascertain in some
Yep.
kind of address, whether it's a place of work or residence or something.
And I don't know who
Okay.
you're utilizing for collections. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I worked there for a decade. Okay. Kelly runs the collection department at Fast Evict. They are on a 60-40 split, meaning you get 60% of anything and everything that they collect. Most companies work on a 50-50. They work on a 60-40. So you get 10% more of your money back. They also don't have any upfront costs or expenses. And they also skip trace your tenant because they can figure out where they went to. They can find where they've moved. They have skip tracing capabilities.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay, so you said, so can I just call Fast Evict and ask for Kelly?
Service. Ask for Kelly. Tell them you talked to Widget and you have questions about the collection process or whatever it is. But you want to talk to Kelly if you're dealing with collections. They hold my collections accounts because they told me 15, 20 years ago. Well, it was 20 years ago. We have a 85% success rate at the 5-year mark. And you know what I found out? They have an 85% success rate at the 5-year mark because I've been somewhat able to collect on all of mine after about 5 years. I still have one that owes me about $12,000.
Yeah, can we
That's
talk
okay.
to you, the system?
Yes.
So-
Can they take your case? I'd call and ask to speak to Kelly. For everybody that wants the phone number, it is 909.
Can you put it in the chat, please?
Okay, I'm gonna try. You guys,
Yeah,
I'm not real good.
AOA
909.
USA is not working. They've tried to serve her. We don't have a judgment. And what they did was they tried to serve her and she's ignored everything and they don't have attorneys in California to go get a judgment against her.
Oh, yeah, be done with them then. Fast
Okay.
Evict does have attorneys in California. You want to talk to Kelly at Fast Evict. And the number's 909-889-2000. And you guys,
Thank
the
you.
only reason I'm able to answer all these questions is I worked there for a decade. You know, it was my job to know this much about the collection process. So I know that much about the collection process. Demand letters very important. If you are going to go after judgment, Chris is absolutely correct. You need to serve them. Fast Evict has skip tracing capabilities where they can go find them. You guys know when you sign up like at Walgreens for that little discount card or whatever it is, and we give them our address? Yeah, that all goes into databases. They're able to find that in ways you wouldn't think. So I would contact Kelly, see if she can run a skip trace on them and go from there as far as getting you a money judgment and go that route. But I would talk to Kelly.
I'm definitely going to call Kelly, Patty. But the crazy thing is, it's been a little over a year since my tenants moved out, and they own vacant land, and I'm pretty sure they're building on it. It's in Apple Valley. And you would think, I'm just thinking, how are they getting their property taxes? Because like we pulled the deed and
Hey,
everything.
get the
and it
judgment on
shows-
them. Get the judgment on them so you could put a mechanic's lien on their new build.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
I don't
I'm
think
like,
you
I'm
can actually-
confused as to
Go
how
ahead,
there's
Chris.
no updated address.
Yeah, I doubt you can legitimately put a mechanic's lien, but it doesn't matter. You can register it. You can record the abstract of judgment
There you go.
if you get a judgment against them. So
So if
Okay,
they
got
ever
it.
try to buy anything else,
they won't
they
be
would
able to
have to
get
pay.
like if they're constructing and they're using a construction loan, it's gonna, if they have to refi the loan or something, it's gonna
It's
throw a
gonna
judgment.
mess them up, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Okay, well, I'm hoping, I just don't know how their property taxes are getting mailed to them if it's still showing my address, where they mail stuff to. So I don't know, it's kind of confusing, but
What do you mean it's showing your address?
do you know how in the, on the, the deed up in the left-hand corner, it says top corner, it says
where it was
mail to?
recorded. That's just where it was recorded to. That's totally separate from where the property taxes.
Hang on.
Oh, I thought that
They changed the
address.
address with the assessor. The problem is a lot of that stuff is somewhat isn't always, for public consumption, but a skip tracer might be able to find them. kind of depends. Some people just don't want to be found, and they are smart enough not to leave much of a trail. Like hide, get someone else to put their utilities in a name, and like rent from a mom and pop, so they're not going to be.
I'm all
Yeah.
spinning you guys all over the place. Somebody walked right through my front yard. I could see them walking away. So I wanted to make sure they didn't touch my packages. And then I realized it's just a teenager walking home from school cutting through my front yard. So sorry. Well, I was like, hold on. I was ready to go kick somebody's butt. No, it didn't happen. Sorry.
Patty, I have a question about, so I'm working, as I think I'm sure I just evicted the tenant August 4th. I'm looking into the money judgment at Brennan Law. It's like $250. It's not the end of the world. And then I want to go to fast evict. I have a copy of the original lease. I have one of the tenant's social security numbers that he wrote down on a piece of paper that I just happened to see when we took possession of the place. So I have that. I don't have much else on the tenant.
I would call and talk to Kelly over at Fast Evict and let her see what she can find. Because here's the reality. You don't want to give them everything you have if they're not going to be able to help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would call and talk to Kelly, tell her that you got the judgment from Brennan. I can already let you know you're going to have to do a substitution of attorney to have the new attorney go after the collections.
Oh, I mean, I haven't gotten the judgment yet from Brennan.
I understand that. You can also ask Fast Evict how much they would charge to get you an abstract of judgment.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So call Kelly first then.
Call Kelly and talk to her. Maybe they're less expensive. Maybe they're more expensive on the abstract. I don't know. But you'll definitely have to do a substitution of attorney because the person that is currently legally helping you would be Brennan.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
In your experience, the tenant, I mean, they have court summons and things like that for other things. Will that show up in a skip trace and in the ability to find people? Yeah. This person has quite the history. Has a restraining order from the wife. I'm going after the wife too. She's on the lease.
Skip tracing does a lot, okay? Not only does it run your credit report, but not giving you a FICO score, but showing all your debt. It also shows all your assets.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
It also shows all of your phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It also shows all of your addresses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, it's like a credit report in more depth because it shows assets, it shows everything. And because they're a collection agency, they can do that.
Right. Okay.
Okay, anybody have anything else? So just to recap and make sure I got my ducks in a row. Chris, you may come see me at Aglet tomorrow. You may not, depending on your schedule, because I have something for you. I am to text Lorena the link to the golf tournament, and Melanie and Carla are going to play golf with me and my brother, who doesn't know what I do for a living. So have some fun with that, ladies. And he's 20 years older than I am and picks on me all the time. So it should be lots of fun. Can we skip trace a prospective tenant? I don't know why you'd want to. You want to credit report a prospective tenant, not skip trace them. Because skip tracing isn't going to give you a FICO score. It isn't going to show you paying bills on time. It's going to show where you've lived, what your assets are, who your relatives are, where they live. I mean, it goes into much more depth, but doesn't help you with credit worthiness. All right. Anybody have anything else? Trying to open my box. I got a Starlink, you guys, so I can work from anywhere. That way, when I'm up fishing or out backpacking or something and you guys call me, I'll actually answer the phone. Because Patty's getting a Starlink, so she's more versatile for you guys. My assistant is on social media detective. She found tons of info on potential in. Yes, absolutely, Val. Just be careful because it could be considered discriminatory. And I'll leave my statement at that. Just saying, be careful. All right, you guys, if you need me for anything else, I will be at AGLA tomorrow. I'm there from 8:30 to 4:30 tomorrow, and then I'm available via telephone on Friday and all weekend. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. We went over. Great. Go back to work, folks.
Thank you.
All right, if you guys need anything, feel free to give me a ring. I'm here to help. Bye, everybody. I know how to turn this off, I promise. There we go.
Thanks so much.
No problem. Bye, everybody. Bye.